Alright, so wait, hold on 1 second. Alright, so I'm gonna explain hair porosity in the simplest of terms for you. So if you don't get it after this video, yeah, that's all I can say. Roll that intro, boy. Yo, what's up? Baby, Porosity, back again. So now, as waivers, or as anybody who has hair, which is a lot of people, no offense to the guys who are balding, even though going bald is cool. I used to go bald. It's a cool thing. Okay, I just made that even a little more offensive for guys who are balding by genetics. Okay, enough of that. All right, so I'm gonna explain hair porosity. Hair porosity. So it's a cool term, right? I like that term too, porosity. So hair porosity is your hair's ability to retain moisture. I'm gonna repeat that. Your hair's ability to retain moisture. Now, let me explain this a little bit further. So your hair strands have these things called cuticles, which are basically openings in your hair strands. Now, this is very important to know what type of hair porosity you have, because that will determine what kind of products you can use for your type of hair. And also, it's very important to know your hair porosity type, because it'll help you determine how often you should wash your damn hair. Okay? Boom. So there's 3 different categories of porosity. There is normal porosity, there is high porosity, and there is low porosity. So let me explain. Low porosity, your hair doesn't allow moisture in so easily, but at the same time, the moisture that it does get, it won't be let out so easily. It's kind of like if there's a way in, there's a way out. If you have less ways to get in, you have less ways to get out. Think of it like that. High porosity, your hair has a lot of openings, much larger openings, which allows moisture to get in, but the moisture will just leave as fast as it got in. Did I say got in? Anyway, so, and they got normal porosity, which is self-explanatory. Okay, good. Now I know you're still confused, or if you're not confused, then act confused. Who cares? So I'm gonna demonstrate with water bottles. These water bottles represent hair strands. This is bottle A. This is bottle B. Can you tell the difference between the bottles? Bottle A has a lot of holes in it. A lot of larger holes in it. Bottle B has holes in it, but they're not as many and as large. So bottle B represents low porosity. Bottle A represents high porosity. So I'm sure you all heard of the flow test. Well, if you didn't hear the flow test, I'll explain it real quickly. You just put a hair strand in a bucket of water, see if it sinks. If it sinks fast, high porosity. If it sinks slow, low porosity. Simple. But you gotta make sure the hair strand is clean and the water is distilled. But that's the idea of that flow test. So I'm gonna do a flow test with these 2 bottles. Now, if you have common sense, which I'm assuming a lot of people don't, just plain, which I'm assuming a lot of people should have, you should already know which bottle is gonna sink faster, right? But I'm gonna show you anyway. I got my 2 bottles, bottle A, bottle B. Was that the right order? Bottle with a lot of holes, bottle with not so many holes. Keep it like that. I have a bucket of water over here. So now let's try this bottle over here. Put it inside the bucket. See, it sinks almost immediately. And then I take it out. All that water comes out almost immediately. Let's try with this bottle. You see, it's not sinking as quickly. See, it's staying at the top, floating. Okay, let's see if it sinks. Okay, sinking a little bit. But see, this one's taking much longer to sink. You see? So it sank, right? Now let's take it out. You see? It's still retaining some water inside. At least you want to retain water a little bit longer than the first bottle. let's try that again. This bottle. Sinks like right away. This bottle goes out the way. And see, the water comes out immediately. See, it doesn't sink as fast. See. See, sink it very slowly. See. And then when I do take it out, see, you're still retaining the water inside. Much longer. Yeah, so I demonstrated with 2 water bottles, right? Represent hair strands. So this is the high porosity hair strand. This is low porosity hair strand. You saw what he did in the flow test. Somebody with high porosity, that's what your hair's gonna be doing. It's gonna let in moisture, let out moisture at a very fast, high rate. Right, low porosity, your hair won't get wet or get moist. Man, I have to use that word again, moist. Won't get moist as easily as somebody with high porosity. But once it does take in moisture, it will be able to hold it for a much longer period. Now, recap. Why is that important? This is important. It determines what kind of products you can use, how often you should wash your hair. What else? What kind of stuff you need to do to keep your hair looking healthy, or in our case, our waves looking healthy. So I just explained this in simple terms. So now you should be able to get it. I hope you do. If you don't, anyway, right? So that being said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples, and I'ma see you next video.